Who are you usually calling on the phone?
The,
Shupo.
the third umpire to check if it's out or not out.
Who has the better wicket celebrations, you or Imran Tahir?
I think Imi's got me covered with that because once he starts running around, nobody can catch him. I'm just glad that he hasn't ran out of the stadium yet because with COVID and the bio bubble nowadays, he'll definitely be banned.
Which league has the better celebrations, CPL or IPL?
I'm gonna have to say CPL. I think nothing beats the celebrations that come out in the Caribbean. So, unfortunately, CPL is the king of celebrations.
What's the one thing about Quinton de Kock no one knows?
Well, everyone knows he doesn't like speaking. His interviews are always the best. But yeah, he's actually very clever. The way he goes about his batting, the way he thinks about his batting. A lot of people don't know that. There's a lot of thought process that goes on, with his training.
Who's the hardest batter to bowl to on the T20 circuit?
Hardest batsman, Imran Tahir,
Who's the biggest jokester in the Rajasthan Royals dressing room?
Shreyas Gopal, and Rahul Tiwatia.
Any incidents?
Can't say those on camera.
Who's your favorite person to talk cricket with?
I enjoy speaking cricket with Dwayne Pretorius from South Africa. We're quite close. We're always speaking about cricket. And Carlos Brathwaite. We're always in touch. We both basically started our careers together. So yeah, we're basically like brothers. We're always there for each other, and it's nice to speak to him.
Which teammate do you text the most?
David Miller, because he's been my neighbor in the bubble. So I always have to make sure he's okay. And we're always just making plans.
If you were a superhero, which one would you be and why?
Probably Superman, so you can fly and get to places a lot quicker. And also I hope there's less turbulence when I'm flying myself than in a plane. I'm really scared of turbulence.
Your wife has a balloon business. How many balloons can you blow in a minute?
0. I don't help her with that at all. And I think she hates balloons as well because she sees them every day of her life.
What's tougher, changing nappies or bowling at the death?
Definitely changing nappies. I'm not good at it at all.
What do you spend more time on, grooming hair on your head or hair on your face?
Oh, that's a tough one. Probably both. To keep the beard in check, it takes a lot of time actually. And my personal hairstylist is now my wife because we're in bio bubbles and there's no hairdressers around. So yeah, I think that's her problem. I just have to look after my beard.
Okay, so the next question actually was who's responsible for your many hairstyles?
Yeah, I just like to do funky stuff with my hair. It's just part of my personality. But now, like I mentioned, my wife cuts my hair on tour because there's no other options. She is pretty good though, I won't lie.
Who's cooler, Faf or Dale Steyn?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Depends on what you define as cool. I think they're both really cool. But unfortunately, Doopy, you're going to have to take an L on this one. Dale's definitely cooler, with the surfing and fishing and all crazy stunts. And he's got the crazy eyes and people are scared of him when they're facing him. So I think Dale wins this one.
You wanted to be a magician growing up. What would you name yourself if you were one?
Shamsi the magician would just be too boring. And I'm not boring. I actually haven't thought of that, but maybe people can make suggestions.
Who would you pick from the South Africa side to be your assistant in your magic show?
Well, in the Rajasthan team, I can tell you it's Shreyas Gopal because he's been on my case. He wants me to teach him my tricks. He's always in my bag looking around to see what I've got. But in the South African team, it will probably be Kagiso Rabada because, he's always drifting. He's always, nowhere. So it'll be easy for me to fool him with my tricks.
Where do you stand on the running out and non-striker backing up debate?
There's no debate, it's out. Bowlers have to stay behind the line when they're bowling. Batsmen got to do the same.
Imran Tahir said you are the nerdiest cricketer he knows. Who is the biggest cricket geek you know?
Dwayne Pretorius again. This man's got cameras out at training. He wants to look at angles of his arm and his head and his legs and all different angles. I think it would have to be Dwayne Pretorius.
Who is the better fielder between the two of you? Tahir said he is.
There's no question. I'm definitely the better fielder.
One record you would love to have?
Being the most dependable bowler. Doesn't matter what the pitch is. I think I'd like to be remembered for that.
If you could bowl to one player from history, who would it be?
Brian Lara, All the guys that I've spoken to have said he was basically one of the best against spin bowling. So I would have loved to challenge myself against him and see how I would have fared. Obviously, he's a legend of the game, and I would have loved to bowl to him.
A sports person from another sport you would like to meet?
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Which of your Rajasthan Royal teammates can bench press the most?
I would probably say Riyan Parag. That boy is solid.